what we want to be able to, again, isolate here is going to be that front leg. And really looking at the knee of that front leg and what ends up happening. And we see here with this athlete, we see an immediate adduction of the knee, or an inward movement of the knee, which is telling us that we're not going to get as good of extension within this leg in general. And so when we want to be seeing is, as we're loading, really you can see an initial drop of that knee, which is a really good action to be having, but also a degree of external rotation or loading into that leg that will make it so then that triple extension is going to be a very explosive action, very explosive movement in comparison to here, where that movement, while still not bad, there can definitely be improvement within the ability to generate force as they're pushing off. Another big thing that I think ends up being important with this is, where is the position of that initial step in really being able to maximize that horizontal force? And so what we see is, athlete here on the left, a little bit more bend within the hip. So we can see the knee is a little bit more inward, the foot's outward, the hip's outward, in comparison to here where it's basically just a straight line all the way through, right? Basically 180 degrees. So what ends up happening there is, as the foot strikes the ground, we're going to end up having a lot different response in the foot contact and where our body's going to end up going. Where when we're here, what ends up happening is we can get a little bit more of a straightening or a backwards pull into the ground. So if we can generate more of a backward pull rather than a lateral pull in that first step, what we're going to be able to do is we're going to set ourselves up to be able to get that opposite reaction, or the opposite force that will help us in propelling forward. So and what's important to understand is that the leg, while it is moving outside in terms of the actual movement, where the force ends up going is back while the foot is striking the ground, right? In comparison to on the right, where everything is a lot more straight, a lot more linear, but then as the leg hits the ground, we're seeing more of a sideways movement, which then makes it so then the action off of that, the rebound off of that, is more to the side. And therefore, we have much more lateral movement where we want to be working much more linear. So again, we can see here, the movement ends up being a little bit more to like an abduction of the leg or an external rotation of the leg. But in terms of how the force gets distributed into the ground, we're seeing more of a backward action. So that force comes back, which then makes it so then the push off of the ground and the rebound is going to be a much more linear response. So now we're going to be able to pick up much more distance per step going this way in comparison to going too much side to side, and therefore we'll be able to gain a lot more ground a lot quicker compared to if we were inefficient with the movement pattern. So again, really what we want to look at the first two steps here is the action that back leg is doing as we're coming through to be able to maximize the position when that foot hits the ground. We want to be able to really keep that heel up in the air the best that we can and be landing with the heel kind of absorbing to the outside and keeping the shin angle very forward, so then we're continuing to accelerate. And when this foot's coming off the ground, we want to be seeing a action where we're getting into extension within the hip with a very powerful movement pattern in terms of where the position of the body is, right? Because here we can see how that's going to really push us forward and really propel us forward, which obviously when it comes to speed, especially in the acceleration, we got to be able to fully optimize and fully utilize the force that we're able to generate into the ground to really be able to run our best 40s that we can. As always, guys, if you like the information, click that thumbs up down below, subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions, comments, or recommendations, you can leave those down below. We are always trying to provide the best and most effective information when it comes to running the 40. And really, if your coach is not giving you consistently more up-to-date information, consistently better information, and not videoing your start, not videoing your sprinting mechanics, then I can guarantee you that you can improve. I was actually talking to this athlete as we were going over this and working to be able to correct it. And we were just like, you know, there's no way if you were just looking at him run, you'd be able to see these details that are costing people hundreds of seconds if not tenths of a second when it comes to running the 40, running the 60, running the 100. And, we'll continue to get results with people. I'm excited to continue to work, and I really appreciate the people that have believed in me in the past and that currently believe in me and are seeing results because of it. And, we'll just continue to do that. We'll continue to help people in running faster 40s, not only for free, right? I mean, I give you guys as much as I can for free, and still, after all the value you've already got for free from me on this channel, you can't give me a like, you can't give me a subscribe. Come on, man. Come on, man. You gotta give me a subscribe at least. And check out the description. See if you want to join any of the programs. How to Run Faster 40, I think is a great one if you're looking to improve your 40. If you got some camps coming up, as well as the online speed program. I do think that's a better option. It's a little bit longer. It's 3 months, but in terms of price-wise, it's a lot better price. You're gonna pay $150 for the Faster 40 program. You're gonna get 28 days. You're gonna pay $300, so double the amount, but get 3 times the amount of time, which is it's a 90-day program. So in terms of value, you can't really miss with that 3-month program. I am definitely going to up the prices here. Probably when it comes to after Memorial Day, I'll probably keep this price through Memorial Day. But after that, I'm going to have to raise the prices just because I think that it is time to move forward and time to really push the issue when it comes to giving some people some great results. And I think that the more that you have to really invest in yourself, the greater the results are going to end up being in the long term. So again, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. We'll talk to you soon.